like I have done 3 PGs, MEd also, and MA Psychology and Management, postgraduate in Management, and I'm the director of EMAS Teacher Training Academy. Today we will explore how teachers can manage classrooms where students, have different backgrounds and learning styles and needs, and they differ in their abilities. Our aim is to make every learner feel valued, supported, and successful. Okay, so let us start about this introduction. Let us see. Uh, like we know very well that in every classroom, okay, in every classroom we find a beautiful mix. That is, some students they grasp the concepts quickly, others need more time, and some are expressive, while others are very quiet observers. So this diversity in classroom is a reality, and we should take it as a strength, not as a problem. Okay, so as an educator, our role in is to transfer this diversity into an opportunity for collaboration and deeper learning. Now, first, let us begin by the with the understanding of what mixed ability is. These are the objectives of today's webinar. By the end of this session, you will be able to, inshallah, understand the concept of mixed ability and diverse classroom, identify the challenges that come, and then learn practical strategies also, inshallah, and explore ways to manage, behavior, all these things, and differentiation techniques, build empathy and collaboration among learners. So I hope you are keeping your notepad ready, and I will be sharing you some examples and classroom techniques where you can implement right away. So let us start with understanding diversity. So we know that every child learns differently, but all children can learn. Okay. So if when we talk about diversity, it's not just about academic ability. It includes cultural, linguistic, social, emotional differences also. So some students may come from different family structures and speak different languages at home. Okay. Or they have varied access to resources also. Remember that every child learns differently, but all children can learn perfect. So our goal is to recognize and respect these differences. Like it might be, from the family structure, it might be from the resources, it might be an emotional difference, whatever difference it is. We need to identify that. So these are some, different differences among the children. So now, what we face as common challenges in our classroom. If you can quickly write down some of the challenges which you face in your diverse classroom in the chat box. I'm waiting for that, please. Can you quickly write down some challenges which you face, right, in your classroom? Behavior issues, it's a very important one and it's a common one also nowadays. Any points further? Students are teens, so they lack attention while I'm teaching. If I try innovation teaching, okay, disruptive classroom, yes. Lack of attention, ability to understand, yes. Right. So let us move into that. Okay. So I hope if I can cover your this thing, a challenge here. Okay. So teachers, you often feel like it might be a hyperactive classroom, lack of concentration, some different behaviors. The main point is, which we are talking about, the main thing will be a varying in learning speeds. This is very much important. Some child may learn quickly and some may not learn quickly. They need time, more time. So maintaining engagement for all, that is your classroom management, how to engage the child of different mindsets, and these things will be there. So this classroom management issues will be there. Sometimes you may have limited resources or support from the management, or from school, or you may lack those things. Then stereotypes or bias, assessment difficulties will also be there. And even managing behavior when frustration builds. Then a lot of things will be there. Might be I haven't written here, but it includes mostly. So, what is our role to handle this? What I mean to say is, what is our role when we want to handle this type of students? Okay, so the most important is, let's begin by looking the way one by one challenge. These challenges are completely normal, and it's common in our classrooms. The first one is varying learning speeds. So every classroom, we have students who grasp instantly also, and while others need repetition and extra time. So the challenge is keeping both engaged without leaving anyone behind or bored. So what we can do is, we can confident students often dominate in discussions also, while quieter ones fade into the background. So our task is to give every voice a chance. So in that learning speeds, then managing behavior is also one of the biggest tasks. That is, it's not too easy or too hard. Students may lose interest, okay, leading to distractions or behavioral issue. This is not a discipline problem, it's also a motivation problem. Sometimes we need to motivate the children. Now, using one test or grading standard for all can be unfair, okay? When ability level you want to check it. So assessing progress instead of comparing the scores, build confidence. You can make the grading standard different. So then again, in the language and cultural barriers also, some students may struggle to express themselves. So teachers must model patience. They must repeat the instructions. They must encourage peer support also in this. Then time and resource constraint also. That is, differentiation sounds ideal, but feels difficult in a real classroom. So the key is not more work, but smart adjustment should be done. That is, in time and resource constraints, you need to organize the things. Resources should be used properly. Like for example, if you are a teacher and you are doing any project in the classroom. So again, in 40 minutes, you cannot complete the project. Okay. So you have to select a project where you can complete it in 30 minutes. 10 minutes should be a grace time, for 5 minutes buffer time, like that. Then in that 30 minutes, you have to complete that project for the students, because every student is different. Might be one student can complete the thing in 15 minutes, and another can complete take in half an hour. And also you have to divide the groups in the projects, like peer learning. What we say usually is, one good student and other are like strugglers. So in that way also you can do it. And I hope these are the things which we are already doing it, and we need some motivation also for the students to do these things. Peer learning, in that, whoever is the leader in the group, they have to be motivated, encouraged to make other learner as fast as he can. Okay. Then also, it's not we are not leaving our role on the students. Then our role is also important. We need to be a facilitator, mentor, and also a motivator, as I discussed. So just don't give the instructions at the start of the project, but you have to go to them and motivate them, or facilitate them. You can also help them to plan and design the learnings. Then promote this inclusion also. Then after that, you can give them reflective practitioners also. Apart from, then you have to give up empathy type of thing. You have to give them console wherever they require the things. Okay. Instead of just delivering the lessons, you have to guide them and discover the things. For example, you can use such questions like, what do you think will happen, okay, what we can do next in this project. Come on, think over it, like that. You can encourage the student. Okay, instead of giving them directly answer, you can encourage them. Then I said, motivator and mentor here. So as we all know that, a statement from a teacher always encourages them. Okay, so you can say that, I believe in you. Come on, do it. This can change how they approach the learning. Okay, you have to just motivate them. Your sentences matters. Motivation, and I don't mean that motivation is like giving long lectures of 30 minutes in the classroom. No, a sentence is enough to motivate. Come on, you can do it. I know you can do it. These type of small sentences, and then will always motivate a child. Then designer thing, like effective teaching always begins with, thoughtful planning. So you have to plan accordingly, prepare the task that have multiple entry points. Okay, what I said, like for beginners also, strugglers also, advanced learner also. So you have to prepare it a project in that way, you have to design it in that way. Then it should also have different varied needs should be suited, like they have to adapt methods that suits the varied needs. Like you are like a chef, so using the same ingredients but adjusting the recipe for each palate is important. Okay, so like that you can do the things. Now, promoter of the inclusion, what is that? Your words, your reactions and attitude. It is very very important to create an environment of safety. Make sure that students feel seen and valued. Like when you're distributing the project, don't see only one group of students. You have to roam and see. You have to move to one by one groups, and you have to see them there. You should give them value. They should be feel say this thing, okay, ma'am is watching me, I must do it. And one line of motivation to each group is very much important. Okay, so you can give that also. Now, after every lesson, also, reflect what worked on, what did not worked on, whose needs are unmet. All these things are very important. This reflection helps you continuously evolve. Okay, so the most important which I can share you here is teachers' flexibility is more important. Okay, than having a perfect plan. You should be flexible enough to do the things. Now, let's move to the heart of today's discussion, that is strategies that works on. First is differentiated instructions. This means that tailoring what you teach, okay, how you teach, how students show what they have learned. Like example, in a writing task, if I'm giving any writing task to the students, beginners can write simple sentences, while advanced learners, can write a full paragraph or a story also. So what we can do is we can, flexible grouping we can do. That is sometimes group by ability to give extra support, sometimes mix abilities so that group learning happens. Keep groups dynamics, not fixed. Always rotate the groups. Depends on the task also, depends on the ability also. You can always, grouping can be mixed like that you can do. Peer tutoring is like pair fast learners with those who need help, and it benefits both the sides because the tutor the gain empathy, deeper understanding for the co-learner. Then the learner also gains confidence with that particular student. This will encourage them to learn more. Then scaffolding is also one of the way where we can go for step by step guidance, giving a structured support at the beginning, like hints and examples or visuals you can give. Then slowly you can remove those helps from the child, and you can they can work on independently. This is what scaffolding is. Then choice based learning can also be given. You can give them some options. You can draw the thing, or you can write the thing, you can act on the concept, like that you can give the options to the students. So based on their ability, they will try to select the topic. So choice will increase their ownership, and also it will motivate them. Like as we know that we give one project to all the students, so that is not fair also, because on the there depends on the learning requirements, and also you can give them this thing list of things, like I said, you like draw the diagram, or you can say them to write on that, you can act on the things, like that you can say. Now we can also have multi-sensory teaching, that is using of visual aids, then ICT tools and multi-sensory tools also you can use, like songs, movement, storytelling, manipulatives. So whatever the student learn, they will remember when they see, hear, and do simultaneously. So when they see, hear, and do simultaneously, then they will remember more. So try to use these things in your teaching: visual aids, songs, movement, storytelling. Movement means not moving like dancing and all. It is like kinesthetic movement, any activity which you are doing it. Okay, this is the one. And let me ask you one thing here again. Which of these strategies you're already using in your classroom now? And also tell me one strategy which you'll implement in next week. Please write down. Already you are using this technique in your classroom. Which is that? And if you're going to use any new thing which I have shown you, can you write it down in the chat box, please? And you have to write side by side that one you're using in the classroom now, and another you will implement in the classroom. Please write it down in the chat box. So I'm not able to understand if you give one word here. I hope that this you will use in the classroom, or it is like you're using in the classroom. Okay. Yes, generally in visuals, we talk about flashcards and all, which we are already using in the classroom, right? Then we can also use ICT tools. ICT tools, I mean to say that there are some apps which you can use from the, like Kahoot is there, Mentimeter is there. These type of, games are there. You can use all these things in the classroom also. There are a lot of apps. Okay. 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 Thank you for the answers. Then we have next slide, that is differentiation in practice. So by content, what does this mean, content? This is like what students learns. Okay. Now you can give them simple tasks to some and advanced to others. Then now next is process, how they learn the things. You can divide these things when you're assigning any topic to the students. How they learn. Some they do hands-on work and some research, some may see visuals, some may hear audio and they learn the things. Then product, how they show learning also. Like poster making, you can give them essay writing, you can give them role play, you can ask them to record the things in a video and send to you. Then environment, where and with whom they are learning. It is obviously it will be safe and supportive and flexible place for the learner, but as well as it should be, quiet corner and group activity area should be assigned where they get motivation. So this type of things are very important in differentiation in practice. What if we want to go for a practicing, if we are involving the students in this? Okay, so I this one by content, it is like you can give them reading levels, adapting some reading levels, vocabulary. Like when teaching plants also, some students may label the parts and others can explain the photosynthesis area. Okay, so this is the difference. So the content has to be, it's not like extra work we are assigning to the child who is learning more. It is like it's smarter work we are giving because we have students of mixed ability classroom. Differentiation is the heart of managing this mixed ability classroom. So always, things making by content, the process, product, environment is very important to make it easy. Like we have said, pair groups. By process means in this we come across pair group discussion, drawing, problem solving things. For process, I can say one example here. Like during a science lesson, suppose one group performs an experiment and another explains the observation. Okay, so this can be done. This can also be done in the classroom. Then in process also, one example, like what I said is the same thing. Science lesson, suppose we are giving them, and one group performs an experiment, and other is explaining the observation. Then in product, instead of one written test, give them options, giving them worksheets and all. Instead of that, you can give them the options. You can tell about this some story. You can use digital presentation. You can do a poster making, and then you can talk about it. You can do a poem also. Like that, you can give them different, things to express their learnings. And again, the most important tip which I can give you here is start small. Okay, differentiate one lesson a week, make observe the results, then gradually expand as you gain the confidence with the child. So this is very important. So creating this differentiation in practice is very much important. Okay, now let us come to the inclusive classroom practice. Okay, inclusion is not just about special needs. Okay, it is about making everyone feel they belong to the classroom. This is very important because they are coming from diverse backgrounds. They might be rich, poor, black, white. beautiful, not beautiful. These things are also taken up care in the classroom. So respect their cultures from wherever they are coming. Okay, and this is very important in the mixed classroom, inclusive classroom. It's all talking about these things only, that we usually don't have students of learning disabilities or special childs, but everyone should feel they are valued, they are respected, and they belong to the classroom. Okay, this is very important. So when telling stories also, no, include diverse characters and backgrounds. Don't be fixed to any one particular names. Like it should not be community bias. Like if we are talking about some story and we are strict to one, Rahim, Sarah, you can also include some names from Gita, Sita also, so that they get inclusive. Different cultures you can also discuss. Then only they will learn about what is all about the world. Okay, so use materials, where that reflects different cultures also, genders also, abilities also. Then language also. Avoid the labels like you're a slow learner, you're a weak student. Instead of saying those things, you can say that this students needs more support. It is learning at their own pace, so we require to give them support. Like that, you can use the language. Inclusive language is very important for the students to motivate. If you say directly to the child that you are not learning, you are a slow learner and all, they may feel demotivated, obviously. Then creating a classroom activities which help the student understand the differences. Like for example, we are talking about the empathy circles. Okay, then in that things you can actually they can build the empathy also, while in group discussions also they can build group activities also. They can build the empathy. That is, we are talking about emotional intelligence here, with the stories also, buddy systems, peer system. Then also there is a one more thing, walk in my shoes. Like this, there are some things which we can actually build in, or collaborate these things in inclusive classroom, and we can promote empathy and all. Then the most important another point is encourage the teamwork, where students help each other. Replace the topper culture. Don't always say topper and all those things. You can say together we can grow. Together we all must grow. We all require support. We can give each other a good support and we can grow together. So these words may affect, definitely will affect the classroom. Then celebrate the things also, like having multicultural dates, talent showcase, gratitude walls, that will honor each child uniqueness. You have to give the child these things, honor whatever they are doing, or reward to them. So this will definitely give the confidence to the child also, that what they have done this thing and we are celebrating it. Like I said, there are different learners in the classroom, and for the children who need support, okay, you have given some small task, and for the advanced learner you have given a bigger task. So they both have done the things. Now you should not differentiate them now. Okay, this he has done in the 3 days and he has done in one day or something like that. No, you have to express motive. For motivation and uniqueness, you have to honor them. You should give them reward like star or something, like gratitude walls also you can give them something, paste their names, crown, something like that. You can always motivate the child. Okay, now I would like to ask you one question also here. How can you make your classroom feel like a community where every child belongs to the classroom? What is the step you are going to do for that? Yes, please tell me. Uh, am I audible? I said like how bonding teacher and students. Okay, I'll repeat my question. How can you make your classroom feel like a community where every child belongs? You have to. What is the thing which you can provide over in your classroom where every child thinks that they can throw garbage in a bin? Okay. where everyone should feel that the child is belonging to the classroom. I have in very beginning I said that in our inclusive classroom, every child should feel like they belong to that class, right? Yes, excellent. Giving equal chance to everyone. Yes, equal access. Yes. Any other point? Depending upon their learning requirement, we can give them. Okay, involve them in discussion. Yes. And you should hear them when you are involving in the discussion also, no? You should be all ears to them. Give them the time to express the things. Give them the time to, yes, listen everybody. Give them the correct learning gaps. Exactly. Definitely you need to apply different methods of teaching, but to be valued in the classroom, they have to be given the chance to talk about. Yes. Yes, definitely. Yeah, you should not be judgmental also, correct. And circle time is an excellent tool for the you to make them. Circle time is, we can say it's an excellent tool to make them understand like they are on the same pace. Debate model, everyone, yes, the same thing, yeah, that you have to give the, yes, chance to speak and listen. Yes. Okay, great. Thank you for so many answers here. Now, let us see the very important task of classroom behavior, which we have, uh, which we have discussed it, and the challenges also. So, the first and most important then here again we are talking about is managing classroom behaviors. Now that we have explored so many teaching strategies, let us talk about something that affects every teacher's daily. That is most important. What we discussed is classroom behavior. Okay, so behavior management in mixed ability classroom, it is often misunderstood. Okay, that is, most behavior issues stem from frustration, boredom, or feeling unnoticed. When you cover these things, frustration, bored, and feeling unnoticed, then I think that will affect the child. When students feel challenged and they are equally valued, then misbehavior drops automatically. This point which I have said you is very, very important. It is an experience of mine also. When I had been a principal in my classroom, like 1,500 students were there in the school, and definitely 10th, 9th, 8th, 7th will create more, problems, or you can say behavior issues with them. So I usually used to go daily to those classes, visit them, sit in their classroom at the back end and observe the students. And obviously, when we visit in the classroom, they will be quiet, right? They will be quiet sitting in the classroom. But still, I need to observe them. Those who are, misbehave child, they will definitely do in front of me also if you are a principal. So like that, I used to go in seventh and eighth classroom also. The first task of mine was to take up 10th and ninth in my hand. Then I can have a good discipline in total school. So that was my first main task. So that easily I took by small thing I can tell you. Actually, the when I have that was my first month of the school. So that time I have observed that the all the students, most of the students, they were not doing haircut. So there was no haircut of the child. The long, long hairs and stylish hairs were there. So first thing I did not say to complete school that you have to do haircut and all. I just went to the 10th class and I told that you have to do the haircut. Now, definitely it is, not about the academics, but it comes to the respect and positive things, appearance, grooming, all these things. With that also, you can control the behavior of the child. This is just an example I'm telling you. So simply what we did was, I have announced in 10th class that you have to do haircut, and ninth standard also. Then some students have done, and next day they did not do anything. So I gave the deadline of 2 days. That in these 2 days they have to do the haircut. And after 2 days, when I visited, I was visiting daily only. But particularly that time when there is a deadline, I visit again. That time I have noticed that most of them, out of you can say 2 3 sections, but again I asked the teacher, like whoever has not done the haircut, send them outside in the corridor. So around 40 to 50 students were there who were not done haircut. So that means these students, we can come to know easily that these are the students who have behavior issues, right? They don't listen to you. Okay, they are not understanding you, or some problem is there with these students only. We can come to know. So I just said that there was a male in charge in the corridor. So I told them that, okay, let us do haircut here itself, call the barber, I said. So the students were, they were obviously thinking like, ma'am will call the barber here and she will cut our hair. So they started crying, like pleading also, requesting us, sir, nako, nako, hum log karke aate, like that. They were saying us. Then I said, sir, it's okay, we'll not cut the barber, but you give the scissor to me, I will cut the hairs. Just a simple haircut. If I do from in front of this, they will do haircut and come. Because the style may get, change or something. Then they have pleaded this. This session went for half an hour, and again, the students, when I gave them time, that today only you should do, and tomorrow you should come it with that. Only two students were left without the haircut next day, and they have bought one letter, and they said that they're having marriage, and after marriage they will do the haircut. By seeing this, the punishment which I was going to give, immediately next day, 8, 7 students, they started doing the haircut, and immediately they came without my announcement also. That those words went to the next floor of 5th and 6th, 7th, all these classes, they did this. So because I'm this cutting their hairs here itself in the classroom, they did the haircut and come. So this is what, for small things also, we can control the behavior. It is not important that you have to shout for them. You should shout in the classroom, come on, open the books, learn the books. No. There, and one more I can tell you here, I have noticed some students, they were irregular in the classroom. So to motivate them, I have noticed some points in them. That's why what I did was I have made them captain where there were no clubs. I have prepared some clubs like cultural clubs, reading clubs. There were no clubs in that school. There were houses, but it was not effectively using. That was for namesake. So I have taken a meeting for the presidents and the vice presidents. Then I have involved them in those things for leadership. These things are very important. To build the student ownership. We are giving them a chance to stand in the clubs and all these things and making them president. I ask them to search the newspaper, Google it. Wherever there is an activity of art and craft, you have to tell me. Then we will send our students from the school to that. So that time I have noticed that students also who are irregular, I made them captain and they were coming regularly also. Okay, they might be not good in the academics, but they were doing this work so perfectly, and slowly they started gaining confidence in themselves. They will, because those students will never talk to a principal freely and friendly, right? When I'm discussing with them, and they were sitting in front of me and we were taking a meeting, they were feeling valued. Then they also might feel like, अरे मैं अच्छा क्यों नहीं पढ़ रहा हूँ, मैं पढ़ना चाहिए. And that, from those students, they started, you can say, learning good in their academics also. They have increased scores in their academics. So encouraging by different type will definitely affect the academics. It is not directly you should touch the academics. Okay. So whatever you're doing, you have to set your expectations also. When there is an expectation, responsibility, listening, helping the child, and you're showing honesty, definitely these things will definitely help the child to move further also. Okay. Now, when we talk about positive reinforcement, right? Catching them doing the right thing, then even, praise them. That's what I gave you one example, that they were participating in art and craft, cultural programs, and, quiz sections. Lot of things, in my career of principal, I have done. And, you as a principal should also, participate in the things. Principal means it's not like you have to sit in the corner place. As a teacher also, it's your duty to move into the place of students and understand their requirements, and you have to motivate them. Okay. Like, as I have said already, that you should not damage their self-esteem. Okay. Always, calm tone is required to do wonders. So that is what I feel like you must do. And Alhamdulillah, I have done in my career. So I can give you one more example, many examples, but later. Now you might be bored enough to listen to my stories. Okay. So that's what I have said, promote ownership. Like I have given you a life example, like we are assigning classroom duties. It can be a line leader, helper, break, afternoon lunch leader, classroom leader. Some leadership you should build up with your own ability. It's not necessary that classroom one leader can only do. Every period you can, divide the leadership. Science leader is someone, social leader is someone, not on the academics based, but you should select the child who is disruptive behavior. You can select that child. I will give you one more example here of the behavior. One student was, I'll give you in short words only. One student was there who was throwing lunch boxes of other students from the, window. It was having hole. So that complaint came to me, and I asked, I did not say anything to that student. I did not even scold. So I just called that student. I said, he was very much feared, obviously, because he was throwing lunch boxes. I just said, I called class teacher and I said, this child will be a classroom leader for the lunch break. And he has to take care that every lunch box is being, eaten by the children. Fifth class children were there. So then that child was shocked, and teacher was also shocked. Ma'am, lunch throw कर रहे हैं और आप जो है इनको ही leader बना दिए. I said, you just wait and watch. And I told him that line बनाकर जाना है और line बनाकर आना है. You have to take care. This duty he did for 3 days, and there was no complaint of throwing lunchbox. Third day, I went with the 5 rupees dairy milk to the classroom, and I said, in all the classes, I have announced that on that floor, not only in one class. Then I said to the that particular boy that you have done very good work these 3 days. So this is a gift, a reward from our side. Okay. I gave him one dairy milk chocolate in the classroom, and everybody were applauding him with the claps. So he was so happy. There was no complaint, and later on his parents came to me, and they started, my child is like that, he's like that, because I have noticed that that child, because I'm talking about the behavior issue here. Okay, that child was doing those things because of the frustrations, because there was no appreciation for him from anywhere. Everyone was scolding him. So what he will do? He will do that type of thing only, no? अब मेरे को ऐसा करे, मैं ऐसा करता हूँ. That's why they will do. Actually, there is nothing like naughtiness or beating to others or throwing their things, taking their things. It is not like that. It is not their nature. ऐसा करने पे they are observing in their family, because the chachi, mama, chachi relations and all, they were not allowing him to be come to their rooms also. So and always they used to beat him at home. So that's what their parents told me. And later on, I also came to know that parents were some leaders, MLA and all also. So they were shocked when observing their children this much behavior change from the student. And obviously, after a week, 1 month, and all, he started studying also good. So whenever you have some, issues with the child, you address them privately, respect them. And if you come to know that they have these type of issues at family, might be their parents are, fighting, and that may affect the child. If you come to know, don't discuss those things with other teachers in the staff room, because you have to create a trust between the child. Okay, so that bonding and that trust is very important with the child, then only he will open with you. These minor things, behavior issues, will come down only with the speaking to them. Only when observing, you as a teacher, you have to observe them these things. Okay, chalo, I'm going more deep in this. Okay, coming back to the next thing is what classroom rule or routine, it will help you in managing behavior. Can you give me something with in your chat box? Okay, you can make him leader, no? Twins, you can ask them, that child only to see, watch that other child is eating or not, and tell you the report. Okay, I think question answers, we can take it later. We haven't finished it yet. We have some more slides to discuss. And another point which I have asked is to the participant, what classroom rule or routine will help you to most in managing, this type of behavior? Can you tell me quickly? which can help you out. What classroom rule or routine helps you the most in managing behavior? Yes, yes, obviously. Reward chart. Okay. Classroom norms are also very important. Yes. That is what set clear expectations and routine is your classroom norms. Reward chart is encourage positive environment. And another thing is star of the week. Okay. Praising. That is what encouragement. Yes. Okay. Yes. Positive environment. Thank you for the answers here. We have already covered all those things. Now let us go for the next important thing is assessment. Assessment is where inclusion is truly tested. Okay, often the same exam paper for all the students does not reflect individual growth. So we need to make assessment fair, flexible, and motivating. Like for example, formative is there. Formative over the summative. Okay, focus more on ongoing feedback like short quizzes, checklists, observation notes, quick exit cards, rather than one final exam. These capture daily progress and reduces the stress of the students. Because of small things we are assigning to a child based on their capabilities, formative assessment can be given in that way. Okay, one task, one writing task, आज टेस्ट ले रहे हैं हम स्लिप टेस्ट, उसको काउंट करने के बजाय you can divide the test of short things, like you can read the paragraph and come based on the child's requirement. You can do that. Okay, now instead of asking who has scored higher, who has improved the most, you can think of. Okay, share the personal progress charts to help the students see their own growth. You can always use some chart in the classroom where you can show that the child is progressing. Okay. Mm. And different types of modes can be done, like apps and written responses can be taken, oral presentation, projects and models can be taken, art can be taken from the child. Art bole to it is not only about drawing and painting. If you're a science teacher and the child is drawing a this thing, what we say, digestive system or the complete reproductive system and all, then that is also an art. Representing themselves in other form is art, like role play, storytelling, anything they can do, project, model, they can involve art-based learning. So child can also do an assessment based on the art. So let children choose how they wish to show their learning. Okay, let them do that. Like for example, in a history topic, a child can draw a timeline. Okay, just a timeline of this king has born in this, ruler has born in this area, matlab year, then in this year they have done this monument, like that they can draw one timeline. Then another can write a paragraph, and third can also do a narrate a story to you. So these type of learnings will definitely boost the confidence in the child. Then peer and self assessment is also important. For example, teach students to reflect. What did I do well? What can I improve next time? This is very important. When they have been given a group of peer learning, self assessment can be done by themselves. This will develop their ownership and also responsibility. And another point is this thing, feedback for the growth is also very important. Replacing wrong with try this next time. Okay, don't tell them this is wrong, don't do, you did not do well. You have to say that I can see your efforts. Let's work together on improving this part. Okay, try this next time. These type of words, not only in report cards, but in verbal also it is important. Nowadays, only in report cards, you are making a very teachers are making a very beautiful framing sentence. Try this, try better, try for more improvement. These type of sentences are only in the report card mark sheet. But when you speak to a child, also you have to speak them in that way only. Most of the teachers, they take up a rude attitude and reflect the rudeness in the stress also in their feedbacks. Okay, when assessment becomes supportive, then only a child will gain confidence. It should not be a stressful. child should not learn in the stressful environment. In our pre, I think, okay, okay. I have done in one of my sessions previously where I have said that stress, because of the stress, one hormone will be released in the brain. That was the session on brain development. So that that hormone will stop the learning. It will stop, that hormone will stop the learning also. So don't give stress to the students. Stress environment will never work on. Give them real learning things where they can feel valued, confident, and all. Okay. Okay. Now our next thing is something related to, let us put all this theory practice through a quick case study. Like, for example, few students, they finish writing task in 5 minutes. Okay. Some are halfway done by the time class ends. Two children seem distracted and haven't started at all. Now, as a teacher, how do you handle this situation without demotivating anyone? What you will do? Like, let me know. Yes, let us discuss about this. Like, this is very important. This is always your point also. Like, few students, they have finished the writing task in 5 minutes. Some are halfway done by the time ends. Okay. Two children seem distracted and haven't started at all. So, as a teacher, do you handle this situation without demotivating anyone? So, please type your answers. Yeah, is did you get any answer? Please type. Everyone kindly participate. Yes. Okay, wait for them to complete. But you have deadline, right? 5 minutes. You cannot wait for them. Ask them about the reason and finding a solution. Can ask the fast learner to teach slow learner peer learning. Okay. Okay. Make the team. Okay. All right. So, okay. Okay, then we have got some responses based on those. We can provide extension activities also. We can give them creative writing, editing, yes. Offer sentence, if they tell you will do practice, yes. So to wrap up, I can highlight some points. Uh, we can give them visual prompts also for the students to quickly end up the things. Okay. Then pair stronger writers with the slower ones for the support. Yes. Acknowledge the effort for the all students. I can see you, you're thinking hard. That's great. Come on, try up. Okay. So now I want you all to give one strategy for this. Only one strategy, which you have already given also. Uh, some of them have given, some of them have just writing it now. So every child has different starting point. Okay. But as a teacher, our goal is to make sure that they all move forward at their own pace and with our support. Okay. So now, thank you for these wonderful answers which you have done on our this thing. Okay. So in this, I can say that now we have explored how to assess and engage the two students also. Okay, in the our case study, we have seen a lot of answers coming up. We are using some strategies and applying for the um, support required students. Okay, so which challenge? Now my question is different. Which challenge do you face most? Listen to me. Differentiation, behavior, or assessment? I think we have a poll here. Can I use a poll? Can I use the poll here, Zainab, if you are available?
Ma'am, poll is not available, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then. So can you write down here which of the challenge you face most difficult? The first is differentiation, behavior, or assessment. Assessment, behavior. I can see behavior more here. Okay. Behavioral issue is coming more. Okay. Then I hope we have understood that how we can control the behavior of the child also. Okay. Now, next thing is now that we have already explored how to assess, engage the students. Now let us see how we can involve the technology in our classroom. What is the role of the technology for further to help us bridging the gap in the learning? Okay. So in this one related to the technology integration, we are actually building a truly inclusive culture in the classroom and caring. Technology, using the technology, it is the heart of education nowadays. Okay. Now, let us talk about technology. Today, it is not just a support, it is a bridge that connects all the learners regardless of the ability. In a mixed ability classroom, technology can personalize learning, make it more inclusive. Now, let us explore more on this use of adaptive learning tools. Okay. Platforms like Google, Byju's, Google Classroom, Edomodo, and Khan Academy, they are adjust difficulty based on the learner's progress. Okay. Each child learns at their own pace without feeling left behind. If you are using these tools, they can learn in the classroom or in the at home also, some homework if you are giving. Then multimedia and interactive resources like videos, simulation, educational games, reach visual, auditory, kinesthetic learner. Like for example, if you want to teach them a science concept, yes, worksheets and all. Like worksheet we can't give. Worksheet means in hand. We are talking about technology, so quiz and gamification with their games and all. Okay. So, for example, if you're giving a science concept, can be we can teach them, in 2 minute animation. Then collaboration tools like Padlet, Jamboard, Google Docs, Kahoot, we can use these type of things in our in students' collaboration, brainstorming, and reflecting also. So, peer interaction online builds communication and teamwork. They are doing this online also, and there is a teamwork also. So, accessibility things for children with disabilities, like learning difficulties, you can use text to speech, closed captions, screen readers, magnifiers. These tools can help these special needs children. Even something as simple as a font size adjust can change a learner experience. Okay, remember all these. So, encourage students to be creators, not just consumers of technology. Let them make a short video and send you. For example, when you are talking about photosynthesis, ask them to record it in a storytelling way and send that video. Record a podcast. design a presentation also. Okay, they can also design a presentation, and they can use the technology and show you. If you can use this type of method in assessment also, or to motivate, or to build their leadership qualities also. Then, while technology is enhancing the inclusion, what truly sustain it is the classroom culture we build. That's why we look at next thing, that is building an inclusive classroom culture. So in this, inclusion, it's not a single strategy. It's a classroom culture, a way of thinking and living together every day. Okay, promoting empathy, kindness, patience, respect towards each other is very important. Holding an empathy circle is very important. Students share how they feel when they struggle or when they help others is very important. They can express these things. Then children, they learn more from what we do than what we say. Okay. Avoid favoritism also. Give equal attention to every child, regardless of how they are performing. Use positive body language, patience, okay, and inclusive language always. Encourage peer relationships, mixed groups, buddy systems, learning partners are very important. So when students help each other, obviously barriers disappear naturally. They won't feel like he is like that or she is like that. So celebrate diversity. Organize culture days, as we have discussed already, talent weeks, learning appreciation, okay, boards, achievement boards, honor boards, wall of kindness, many things we can do, star of the week, all these things, that will build empathy or teamwork. Another point we can discuss here is growth mindset also. Okay, encourage students to always say that they can do it. I can't do, please tell them that it's not a good word. Ask them to remind them that their intelligence and skills will grow with effort. They have to say, I can do this. Okay, instead of saying, I can't. Okay, so one more question for you all participants. We have discussed about these um, building an inclusive culture, some things we have discussed. So what practices do you already use that make your classroom inclusive? Can you write down one practice which you are already using in your classroom, or you are going to use in your classroom? Yes, please. I repeat my question. What practices do you already use that make your classroom inclusive? What practice you are already using to make your classroom inclusive? Group debate. It is in slideshow only, no, ma'am? Small success, yes. These things we can make in our classroom. When students, feel emotionally safe and they are valued, learning becomes joyful. Okay. And diversity will become the strength of the classroom. Now, the most important is teacher self-care and reflection. This is also important. When we're talking about inclusive classroom, we have to understand about the teacher also. The most important element in this whole process, that is you, the teacher. Okay. Managing diversity takes energy, empathy, and patience. So if you are drained in your classroom, energy will suffer. So manage your stress. Take a breath, stretch. Stretching is important. Listen to calming yourself. Listen to the, something related to which you can calm your mind. Just a break in your break or free time. You can do these things. Stretch yourself and breathe in, breathe out exercises. Those things can be done. Avoid carrying every student's problem as your personal burden. Don't carry it as your personal burden, but try to rectify it. Okay. It is not an personal nahi lena hai, madam bol diye, ab kuch bhi nahi lena hai. Nahi. You have to work on the strategies as well, but don't take tension. Don't take stress of that. And for the other things, like you can collaborate with your colleagues also, share challenges, discuss something related to the child issues or behavior issues. Okay, sometimes you can discuss with the parents also to get to the root cause why this behavior is happening. Okay, then reflect, spend 5 minutes uh, writing mentally, like what went well today. You can write it down. What can I change tomorrow? You can write it down in a diary. This will give you, brain washout, like whatever you have done the one day, you're writing it in your journal or diary. So this will wash out your brain easily and lower your burden from heart, and stress will be released. Brain पे भी वजन नहीं रहता, दिल पे भी वजन नहीं रहता. Reflection helps continuous improvement and without judgment. That is your reflection you have to work on. So celebrate small wins also. Every time quiet student participates, struggles, learners also. So like that, the most important thing for a teacher is balancing work and life. Don't let perfectionism steal your peace. Okay. Remember, you don't have to be a super teacher, but you have to be a consistent one, caring one. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself so you can continue to nurture others. I'm repeating this quote again. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So take care of yourself so you can continue to nurture others. Okay. Now that we have already explored about the self-care also, let us summarize some key takeaways. The most important is every learner has potential. Okay. Then we have seen that this thing, inclusion begins with your understanding. Adaption, again, diversity is not a challenge, it is a resource. Always remember that. When we recognize the strength of each child brings, we turn our classroom into a dynamic learning communities. Then differentiation is also important. It is not a luxury. It is the heartbeat of mixed ability teaching. Small adjustments like in pace, task, grouping, feedback, it will make a very big difference. Okay. Then inclusion of empathy, flexibility, collaboration is very much important again. These three things, empathy, flexibility, and collaboration, they will transform your classroom from competitive to compassionate space. Okay, competitive classroom will convert into compassionate space by empathy, flexibility, and collaboration. And another is technology. It is a tool. It is not a teacher. Okay, so use it, enhance engagement, accessibility, and creativity. But never let it replace the warmth of human connection. It will never replace the human connection. Using AI tools, all these things, no, it is not going to replace the human and heart connection. But we are using these tools for engaging the child. We are using as a tool. At the last, I can say teacher wellness matters. A peace and self-aware teacher fosters a calm and inclusive environment. Okay, so now I must ask you last and the question. I think you are bored with my questions. I don't know you are engaged or not. Write on one strategy or mindset you will take back from the session today. Please quickly write down one classroom strategy which you may like when I have spoken, or mindset you will take back to your classroom. Please write it down in the chat box. What's the one new strategy or mindset you will take back to your classroom? Empathy. Thank you. From today's session, what did you learn? So one strategy which you have learned and understood that it may help you in your classroom today. Kindly write it down in the chat box. Okay, thank you. I can see a lot of answers. To focus on frustrated students, managing classroom and behavior issues, inclusive learning with collaboration with students with consistency, always be positive, scaffolding, splitting the work in a small portion. Yes, thank you for so many outputs of which you are going to take in your classrooms or strategies you will remember. So this is the final word of mine. Let us remember always that inclusion is not an act. Okay, it's a mindset. It starts with how we see our students and grow through how we support them. Okay, then we can have